Welcome to Rachel Wolf Movement. Balance your body through holistic movement. Let's get started. Today we have a 10-minute yoga routine designed to open up your shoulders and neck. This is perfect for those long days at your desk to break up the workday or for an early morning or evening routine. So all you need for today's practice are 2 yoga blocks and a strap, and we will get started on your yoga mat. So you'll come down onto your hands and knees. You can set your props off to the side for now. We won't use them just yet. We'll stack the shoulders directly over the wrist and the knees underneath the hips. Soft bend into your elbows and draw your elbow creases forwards just to open up the shoulders a little bit more into external rotation and to pull the shoulders out of the ears. Take a deep inhale, breath. Exhale, round your spine into cat's back. Inhale, start to drop your belly down. Allow your neck to follow your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, open your chest. We're just starting here to warm up the spine and the shoulders and the neck. Good, we'll finish one more. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open the chest. And then we'll make our way into child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. Now bring your elbows to your knees. And you're going to try to sit down onto your heels as best as you can. If your hips are pretty tight, you can always take a yoga block and place it in between your feet and have a seat on the block. Feel free to use 2 blocks if you need to. So we'll start by placing the left hand behind the head. Try not to move your hips. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, we'll start to twist to the left side without moving the hips. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we rotate to the left. Inhale, back to center. Now this is a pretty small movement because we're not moving the pelvis. We're just moving through that upper back area. And one more, and we'll switch sides, placing the left forearm down, right hand behind the head. Exhale, we twist and rotate. Inhale, come back to center. Deep breaths as you twist from your spine. 2 more. And last one. And then you'll make your way down onto your belly. Bring your thumbs in alignment with the chest. Your toenails anchor into the floor. Pick your knees up so your legs are really engaged. Draw your tailbone towards your belly button so there's a slight little tuck of your pelvis. And pull your belly button away from the floor. So we're activating our lower core. Elbows draw in, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, we start to lift the chest up. Now to test if you're using your arms or your back, you're just going to float your hands off the floor. So if I'm using my arms to come up, I can push up significantly higher. But if I'm just using my back to lift, I won't be able to go as high. This will keep your movement more controlled as well. So you can float your hands off or stay light on your hands. So we lift up, inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. 2 more. Keep your neck aligned with your spine. Last one. And you can press up onto hands and knees and sit back into child's pose. And now you're going to make your way to seated, grabbing both of your yoga blocks. So you'll take one of your blocks, turn it this way. So you have 3 different heights. You have flat, medium height, and then the tallest setting. You'll place that yoga block underneath your shoulder blades. The other block goes behind your head. This is supporting your neck with that second yoga block behind your head. You'll start to lengthen over the yoga blocks. Inhale, try to push your elbows back. And then exhale, pull your ribs together as you start to lift. Now, if this hurts your lower back as you go back over the blocks, extending back, just lightly draw your belly button up towards your ribs to activate your core. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, come forwards. If you think you can go further, just get rid of the other block. Hands behind the head, and this will allow your head to go down towards the floor a little bit more. Good, one more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we lift. Now you'll come up to sit, and we're going to sit in hero's pose. You can place the block in between your feet and have a seat on the block with your knees together, feet are separated. You can also use 2 blocks if you feel like your quads are really tight in this position. So now we're going to take our arms out into a T. Cross the right upper arm over the left, bending at the elbows. Bring your hands together. If your hands don't come together like this, just try to grab your thumb or place them as close together as you can. Lift your elbows up to the height of the shoulders, pull the hands away from the face, and look down towards your arms. Deep breaths here. Now start to tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder, and you're just going to pull the hands slightly over to your left, so you get an added stretch on the neck. So you should be feeling this on the left side of your neck. We're getting into that upper trap area. And we open the arms out to the side. Now cross the left upper arm over the right, bending the elbows. Elbows lift to the height of the shoulders. Press the hands away from the face. Gaze down towards your shoulders, towards your chest. Try to push your hands away from you to get an added stretch. And now you're going to bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Traction the hands a little bit more to the right, and you'll feel this on the right side of your neck. And come back to center. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Pull the arms back. If you can try to get the heels of your hands to touch, go ahead and press them together to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then push your hands away from your hips to get that nice opening across the chest. And release the arms down. Okay, now we're going to grab our strap and just cross it over your right shoulder. Your right arm's going to go on top and reach for the strap, and then you'll take the left arm back behind you. Walk your hands as close together on the strap as you can and start to pull the elbows back. Now make sure you're not arching your back and letting your ribs pop out. Stay centered through your sit bones, stacking your ribs on top of your hips, and then allow the elbows to pull back independently of the rib cage. Continue breathing deep breaths. And then we'll switch to the other side. So that strap comes around your left shoulder, left arm on top. Take the right hand behind the head or behind the back. Walk your hands close together and pull the elbows back. And just check your rib cage. Notice if you're sitting forwards in your pelvis. See if you can shift weight back to the center of the sit bones, aligning the ribs over the hips and lengthening out through the top of the head, sitting nice and tall. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out. And you can release the strap, set it off to the side. If your hips are really tight, you're going to keep your block handy. Just bring your feet together and you'll position the block underneath your left hip and your feet are together out to the right side. If you don't need the block, you can just remove it and let your hips come to the floor. Take your right hand to the floor outside your shins and reach your left arm up and overhead. You can play with where it feels best to turn your palm. So you can turn it towards you for more of a neutral position in the shoulders, or you can turn it forwards to have more of an externally rotated position in that shoulder. Work on pushing your left hip down nice and heavy into the mat, and then pull the left ribs away. So we're getting this nice side bend stretch on the left side of the ribs and also into that left shoulder. And come back to center, shifting your hips to the other side. Take your left hand to the floor outside the left shin. Reach the right arm up and overhead, either turning the palm towards you or forwards. Let the right hip press heavy as you pull the right ribs away, deepening your breath. And you can come back to center. And we are done for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to stay consistent with movement and don't forget to rest. See you next time.